Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is your weekly tarot forecast. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I never know what messages are going to come through, and there's no guarantee that there's going to be a lot of continuity between the weekly readings or the monthly readings. Could be that some readings are just meant for different segments of you all out there, different people for different weeks. But I appreciate you all being here and supporting the channel. I really have been getting a lot of love and support, and I really appreciate that. So if you're new here, please just listen to the reading, and if it resonates with you, hit that like button and consider subscribing. We do daily, weekly, and monthly readings. Capricorn, what is the situation? What is the message coming through for Capricorn? Okay, well, we got the Princess of Cups. Let's put that into some context with our Dove and Serpent spread. And wow, okay. This is going to include a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're not going to look at that until the very end, so stick around until the end of the video. And we're going to see if that will tie the reading together or give us the confirmation that we're looking for. Okay. So I see a lot of things going on here. I feel like there's a lot of energy in your life right now that is just really heavy energy, right? Like I feel like you are such a cheerful person and such an optimistic person and just such a good-hearted individual, right? Like I feel like you just want everybody to succeed. You want everybody to be happy. You want things to just be beautiful and harmonious and everybody to succeed and grow and be wonderful, right? I really feel like you have that vibe about you. But we see so many things here that are just like, that aren't vibing with you. And I don't know why that is, but we're going to skip around here. First, we're going to start with the path of the serpent here. And this is the Empress card. This is why I say I feel like you have such a good vibe, right? I feel like you have a very loving spirit about you. You don't want conflict. You don't want struggle. You don't want strife. You don't want anyone to feel less than anyone else. You want everybody to succeed and grow and be happy and harmonious together, right? You really want to lift everyone up. I feel strongly about that. I'm getting that really strong vibe from you that you really do have a lot of love in you, all right? And I want to say that at the very beginning because we have some other things going on here that, might not be too cheerful, too happy, too positive. Excuse me. But I think we're still on a good path here. And I don't know if this is really going to relate much to the last week's reading. I kind of feel like it's kind of a similar energy that we've been getting the last few weeks, right? Today we've got this Princess of Cups. I think this is this younger energy in your life. Someone who is probably younger than you, probably a feminine energy or a female. And they have either strong water sign placement in their astrological chart. And you may not know this, but it feels like they do somewhere, some strong water. But more than that even is their personality. I feel like they're kind of immature. They're kind of like they get their feelings hurt easily. They're very temperamental, or they just seem to take offense to every little thing. They're very, very sensitive, but like not in the good way, right? Like they're sensitive to where almost anything you say, they're going to kind of take offense to that. Very sensitive. Or they're just kind of looking for a reason to be upset. They're immature in that way. I think this is a person that's involved in your situation this week. And, a lot of these readings for you have seemed like they're kind of work or career oriented. And this one kind of does as well. And we see the 10 of discs here that is coming with that Princess of Cups. So the 10 of discs here, kind of the central focus of the situation for the week. This person, this very sensitive person, might be somebody that you work with, might be a coworker, might be a subordinate. It could be like a younger relative, maybe a younger sibling, or just someone in your life, not in the workplace, but someone in your personal life that just has that younger kind of immature emotional energy, which I think a very strong water sign placement. But I think that they're going to be creating some sort of issue over finances, over the money, over the tangible goods, right? And I don't know what exactly that is that's going on, but they're offended about something. They think that you owe them, perhaps, right? That might be why we're getting this 10 of discs here with this person, that they're very sensitive. They like to make mountains out of molehills. And I think they're finding this as an excuse to get upset, to get their feelings hurt, because they have that immaturity. And I think it has something to do with money or with goods or some kind of financial thing. And it feels like maybe you owe them something, or they think that you do, right? Something going on there. We'll see if maybe some of the other cards will shed a little bit of light onto that and what's going on there. God, where to even start next? We see a lot going on. Recent past, there's been something happened in your life that was very liberating. And I kind of remember that from maybe the last monthly that we did, or one of the previous weeks. There was something changing in your life that was really freeing to you. You were getting out of something, right? That was holding you back. We've got the Tower card here in the recent past, the position of the recent past. And that's telling me that, yeah, there was something that you are recently freed from, or that you freed yourself from. So you got out of something that was holding you down, holding you back. You've been liberated. You're free, right? Something happened there. But I see that it's not completely done and over and behind you yet. There's still some things that are kind of lingering about it. You're still kind of cleaning up some of the rubble from this tower. And that could be what's leading this princess here to think that they're owed something, or that you are responsible for them in some way, to provide something for them, right? You owe them something, right? Does that resonate? Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think, if I'm on the right track, if this is a completely different train than we were on last week. I think it's all pretty similar. The next card that relates to this, I think, is the Four of Discs. And this kind of summarizes the reading in a nutshell, at least on the path of the dove here. This is saying that what the whole issue is about the stability and the security and, the material power, the material goods, maybe who is in control of the money, or this feeling like you owe this person something because they have this feeling of being not taken care of, not protected, I should say, that their future is kind of uncertain, that they have no stability in their life, right? And so they think that you owe them that. That maybe whatever happened with this tower, whatever this event was, created some disturbance in life, some uncertainty now. Is kind of things are in the air a little bit. And this Princess of Cups is looking for some sort of stability and security and safety. And they feel like you owe them that, right? And I think the most obvious way for them to express that is to say, hey, give me some money. You owe me whatever. You owe me money. Could be as simple as that. And now again, I don't know if this is a coworker or a family member, maybe just a friend, maybe someone that is just unknown to you as yet. But I still feel like it's someone that's your age, but a little bit younger at least. If not very young, they're not equal to your age. They're younger than you. And I feel like they have a strong water placement in their chart, where they have this immaturity about their emotions, where they get upset very easily. They're very sensitive. And once they find something to latch onto, to be upset about, it's really hard to get over that, right? So I feel like this is a pretty dominant energy right now, or this week it will be for you, okay? And I think it really has to do with their sense of security, stability, safety in life. I feel like this is kind of what they're after, and they may not recognize that. They may not even know that that's why they act this way or behave this way. But I feel like that's what's going on with him. Now, what we see just beneath the surface is another court card. This is the Prince of Discs, an earth card. Now, since you're Capricorn, right, and you're an earth sign, I don't see that this is somebody else. I don't think this is like another person involved in your life. I think this is how people in general, but in particular this Princess of Cups, how they see you, right? They see you as somebody who is a hard worker, always provides, always can succeed, always can create more wealth and abundance, right? You're kind of like, you're the worker. You're the person that can produce things, goods, wealth, security, stability, the safety that this person's looking for. They feel like you're the one who has that ability. You're the one that can work and put all of that together, right? Maybe you're a hard worker. Maybe you have your own level of success and stability in life, right? Maybe you're a boss, you're a business owner, something. But you're looked at as someone who has this ability, right? You have the means, and it could just be an unconscious way that this person perceives you. And that's kind of why they're just focused on you and saying, look, you owe me something. You owe me whatever is symbolized by this 10 of discs. Okay? Something tangible, something that they can feel safe and secure with, you know. Even though I disagree kind of philosophically that money and tangible goods can provide us any kind of security, right? There's no security in that kind of stuff. It's relative. But that's a side issue. I think that this Princess of Cups person feels like you owe them something that's going to contribute to their sense of safety and stability, and you're fully capable of providing it because of this Prince of Discs. You're that hard worker. You're the one that can directly produce things, right? Now, in the immediate future, on the path of the dove, we see this Strength card. And, you know, this doesn't give us a specific outcome for what's going on here. This is just kind of more energy that's involved here. But this is going to be, I think, your feeling of strength. I think this isn't going to be a situation that's going to weaken you. I don't think it's going to drain you or really draw out any of your like negative energy. I think that you're going to be able to deal with this situation in a firm and confident way. You know, I don't think you're going to crumble. If we saw something like the 7 of Wands here, I might say, yeah, you're going to kind of buckle under that pressure, right? It's kind of it's a little bit too much. You're going to give in, and you're going to succumb. You're going to acquiesce to whatever the demands are. But not with this 9 of Wands. This is where you have the inner conviction to stand up and do the right thing, do maybe the difficult thing, but you're firm and confident. And you've got this Empress vibe about you where you love everyone. You want everybody to succeed and feel safe and happy and successful. And again, this is kind of relative, but you're gonna stand up for what is right. You're gonna have this inner conviction that you might be resisting this Princess of Cups person. You might have to be firm with them. And while you have this Empress energy, you want everybody to succeed, you want everybody to be happy and loving and successful, things have to be fair too. You want everybody to be equal. And so you've got this inner strength, this inner conviction that you're not going to let anyone take advantage of you, right? So there's two sides to that, you know? It's having this Empress energy. You just want to love everybody. But at the same time, you have a lot of integrity about your character, okay? And I feel like that's really going to be demanded of you this week, is to remain true to yourself, true to your purpose, and have that inner resolve, have that inner strength to do what needs to be done in this situation and not just to give in and crumble to the pressure. Okay. And again, I don't know if this is in the work situation, career, if this is in your family, if this is in your group of friends or some other area of life. But I think the real keys here so far are this Empress and this Nine of Wands, this strength, this conviction, this staying true to yourself, true to your purpose, right? And at the same time, having this tremendous love and compassion for everyone. I feel like you're this kind of just a very loving soul, very generous, very giving, but you're not going to take any crap. You're not going to let anyone trample over you, okay? Now, the next card that we see on the path of the Serpent here is this Five of Swords, and this is in the position of your relationship with this person. And I think what's going on here is that they do feel like whatever this Tower event was has put them at a disadvantage, that they're kind of at a loss, that they've been in some way hurt by that Tower event. Whatever situation that was, and they were in some way involved or on the periphery of it, they feel like they've been harmed by that. Okay, and I think that's why they're looking to you to kind of make things right and reestablish their security and stability, right? It could be an employee who now doesn't have a job and thinks that you owe them a living, right? Because you took away their paycheck and now they don't have one, right? It could be something like that. But that's what the Five of Swords is talking about. They feel wronged, they feel defeated, they feel in some way injured, financially, emotionally, whatever, by that situation, and they kind of think that it's your fault. Okay. Now, the next card we have is the Seven of Discs. This, I think we've been getting a little bit for you in your past readings. I think in the dailies even. Maybe yesterday's daily had this. And this is a lot of hard work, but just not very much pay, right? This is maybe even, because this is in the position of the fears, worries, and concerns, right? I think the worry here, the concern that you might have this coming week, is that you're going to help this person, but then they're just going to keep coming back for more and more and more and more. So you're going to be doing all of this work to help them, but there's going to be really no end to it. There's going to be no benefit. There's going to be no real reason to keep doing this. You know, you give them a little bit and they're going to keep coming back and asking for more. So that's kind of the worry here. I don't think you mind helping someone out. They need help? Okay. They're looking to you for help? Okay, fine. I'll help you. But the concern is that it's going to keep happening, that they're just going to come back again a week later and say, hey, I need help again. So that's the feeling that I'm getting with this Seven of Discs, right? That it's not going to work. It's going to fail. All right, this plan to just, I'll give them a little bit and they'll be okay. They'll go their own way. There's the worry there that it's not going to happen, that plan isn't going to work, and they're going to keep coming back. Okay. Now let's go to the final card on the path of the Serpent here, and this is yet another court card. And this is the Prince of Wands. This is a fiery person in your life. This is someone that maybe it seems a little abrasive or even a little aggressive. And it could be this person as well. And I'll tell you why. This person's sensitive, emotional, self-pity, sorrowful. I need help. Woe is me. Right? What happens if you don't help them? Do they become enraged? Does their demeanor change and they start showing their anger, showing a little bit of their more abrasive, more aggressive personality? I think this could be what this person may kind of evolve or devolve into should you resist their pressure, right? So be ready for this. If you choose, through this Strength card, if you choose to resist the pressure of this person, be ready that they might change tactics and come at it a little bit more aggressively, a little bit more abrasively, with a little bit more anger and fierceness, right? To try to intimidate you, try to scare you into helping them, something like that, right? So just be ready for them to maybe reveal a little bit more of their alternative feelings in this situation, should you resist their pressure, okay? Let's take a quick look here at this confirmation card, right? I want to see what this kind of bonus, this variable, this mystery is that hopefully is going to connect the reading, hopefully going to tie it all together and give us like a little bit of closure or conclusion or something to kind of tell us, you know, how this is going to play out, what the future will be like, what really should be the focus. You know, I'm constantly drawn back to this Empress energy because through situations like this, I don't want this to in any way change this like generous and loving spirit that you have, you know, and I don't think it will. The Empress is not easily swayed or changed, right? She's not very changeable. But situations like this, I can understand if it would kind of dampen this Empress energy a little bit, but I don't want it to. Maybe we'll see something good with this confirmation card, shall we? Okay, well, we've got the Hanged Man. We've got the Hanged Man here. So this, you know, this is kind of really, this is really perplexing. I'm kind of confused by this Hanged Man here today. With everything that's going on and, you know, with how you carry yourself, what you're capable of, the strength and the love and the beauty that you have, maybe this Hanged Man is saying, don't sacrifice that. Don't lose that. Don't give that up. Don't put yourself in this position, right? Don't put yourself in this awkward, uncomfortable, vulnerable, painful position with this person, right? Don't feel responsible or guilty for their predicament. And I think it's related to the way you view this person, this situation, because one thing, these cards have a similar vibe. They look similar. But also, the Hanged Man rules over the element of water. These cups are all water. It's a water element, right? So there's a connection between these two cards. And if I'm understanding this feeling that I'm getting correctly, this is really telling me that you should not, could not, must not, whatever else Dr. Seuss would say. Don't sacrifice this Empress energy that you have. Don't put yourself in this position with them, right? And I think that's part of this Nine of Wands also. Being steadfast, being firm in your convictions, being strong, resisting the pressure, because you don't want to be in this position. And the thing is, you kind of already are in this position. If they're coming at you with these demands, these requests, right? This trying to make you feel guilty or feel responsible for what their situation is. You already are in a bit of an awkward position. And so I think the recommendation is to really get yourself out of this position, right? Get away from this awkward, uncomfortable, painful, vulnerable position that you're in. And that, I think, again, is just coming by way of your strong convictions and your love and beauty and fairness and compassion, right? So I know that these are kind of at odds with each other, right? How can you be, you know, compassionate and generous and fair and yet still be, you know, firm and resisting and potentially saying no to this person, right? But I think the Hanged Man is kind of where it's at. I think this is the confirmation that, look, this person is putting you in a very uncomfortable position. And seems like an obvious statement, right? Seems like we kind of already know that. But I think this is the focus here. This is kind of what the parting idea should be today, is that you're in this uncomfortable position and you don't deserve to be, you don't need to be, and you have the power, you have the strength with this Nine of Wands to get yourself out of this vulnerable, uncomfortable position that you've been put into. And I think really what you've got to do is get yourself out of this situation by whatever means necessary, and be ready for them to kind of, go from Jekyll to Hyde, or Hyde to Jekyll, I don't know, whichever way. But they might become a little bit more aggressive, a little bit angry when you say no to them. So be ready for that. But with this Hanged Man here, this is the position you're in. You got to get out of it. All right. Now we're going to look at this a little bit more in the extended version. If you want to stick around, you can become a member to this channel, and all of the information is down in the description box. This was your weekly tarot forecast on Dove and Serpent Tarot.